Nice, nice. We got a question for both of us. It says, which team has more pressure to win? We can start with that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna answer it first.
Yeah.
I feel like the season with the Eagles and had, if you guys know my content, you know how deep of an Eagles fan I am. You know how I really analyzed this team, and I told everybody in the preseason it was a wrap. It was a wrap. We got too much talent. We got too much of everything that we need. Jalen Hurts' second year in the same system. We got too much of everything. I said that the Eagles will win a Super Bowl and Jalen Hurts will be MVP. You see that Jalen is in that conversation. If he doesn't miss those two games, we wouldn't even be talking about it no more. But so with those two games missed, it's kind of like still hit or miss. And the Eagles win the Super Bowl. I watched all the games this season. There was not one time, one game where I was sitting there like, I don't think we can win this football game. Like, I just feel like our roster is the deepest roster. Like you said, you guys are number one defense. I think it's by 15 yards or something like that. But we're number two. You know what I'm saying? I think where the biggest thing kind of switches is where you look at like, our offense is so explosive. You know what I'm saying? You guys got an explosive offense too, but we are the number one offense in the NFL right now. We're bringing that heat on the offensive side of football. And when Jalen Hurts is playing at 100%, it's really hard to stop. Because he's not just a quarterback that you got to worry about passing the football. You got to worry about this man running the football. You got to worry about him just pulling linebackers the wrong way while our other running backs and skill position players are out there doing their thing. So it's definitely going to be a tough game. But I would say that we haven't really felt pressure all year. I think we had like a month long bye when Jalen went out. We had those two games with Gardner Minshew that looked kind of trash, which we also could have won. I feel like if Jalen Hurts plays the game, then we played the Giants, third streamers, what I'm saying? So it wasn't really a real football game. So, I think the pressure's all on San Francisco because they're the team that wasn't expected really to be here most of the season. What I'm saying? Like you've seen us go 13-0 already. You've seen us, 14-1. Like we've been a dominating football team. Whether the outside world or the media want to give us our props like they should, and all that disrespect that they're doing by not naming our players into Pro Bowls, not giving our players, defensive players of the year, like things like that. It's still nipping away at this team and still put a bigger chip on their shoulder to make sure they go seal the deal this year. So I would say, the Niners got the most pressure.
Okay. All right. I gotta say, hot diggity dog. I appreciate KD in the comments section leaving a $5 super sticker. I appreciate that. Also, what's good to Livy's World? Hey Zeus, the Remilia Sports Report. Appreciate that question. I think that also, I think there's a few more people. G Rod, appreciate you for tuning in. 49er minded. What's good, everyone? But to answer the question, I think I think I think there's probably a little bit more pressure you could say on the Niners because of Kyle Shanahan, and he's already been to two NFC Championship games. He's got the experience. I mean, hell, he went to the Super Bowl with the Falcons. He's also went to Super Bowl with us, of course. So I think we definitely have more experience. I think Nick Sirianni, this is his second year as head coach, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think if you look at it from that point of view, the 49ers, I think they have higher expectations. Obviously, there's a lot of talk about the Eagles, and if Jalen Hurts was actually the franchise quarterback, obviously he had his struggles last year, but I mean, he could be comeback player of the year this year. He's obviously up for MVP, so he's had a fantastic season, and but I would say. The Eagles made a lot of moves in season. They brought over Ndamukong Suh. They traded for a lot of guys. They got C.J. Gardner Johnson. So they picked up some guys. They made some moves in free agency that would tell you that, hey, they're going all in for the Super Bowl. So I would say, but look at it like this, though. The Eagles are at home. They are favored, even though it's less than 3 points, but they are favored. They are at home. So clearly people think that, hey, the Eagles have an advantage and the Eagles should win. So I think there's pressure on both sides. Obviously, both teams want to win in advance, of course. But, I just think the pressure is kind of equal to me. Eagles are at home, but the 49ers have the more experience, coaching staff. They got a head coach who's been to the NFC Championship game multiple times and a Super Bowl twice. So, I think pressure's going to be on both sides.
That was the second part of that question. Which coach has the most pressure? Young Phillies coaches. All these guys are second years. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I love that about them. because it's like you see what they've done in their second year, and these guys haven't like reached their full potential. It takes coaches a while to get adapted to coaching in this NFL. So, which coaching staff has more pressure, the young Philly coaches or Cal Shanahan, who has already lost,
Yeah.
NFC Championship game last year? What I'm
Yeah.
saying? He's a great coach, but you don't want to get to the point where you get deep into the playoffs and you keep losing. What I'm saying?
But
But
also we got a third string quarterback too. I mean, a rookie. So obviously Shanahan has pressure. I don't think there's much pressure on Purdy, but some could say, hey, if Shanahan loses this game, well, what did you expect? He's got a rookie quarterback, but the rookie quarterback has exceeded all the expectations. He's played wonderfully. Like he's added to this offense. He's elevated this offense. So in that aspect, if we lose this game, a lot of people are going to blame Shanahan, which, hey, he's the head man, that the buck stops there. But I think that I would say, as far as coaching staff, the pressure is definitely more on the Niners. We do have more experience.